I can't believe I am growing pineapple in the winter in my home in North Carolina. 7A7B. Take a knife, cut off the top part of the pineapple. You can rip it off, but I think it works better when you slice it off. And then you're going to start peeling layers of the leaves off. You're going to peel at least 4 to 5 layers off until you expose the roots. So when you're choosing a pineapple, if you're buying it from the store, definitely try to choose one that's already kind of bright yellow, but still have a little bit of green in it. It'll let you pull the leaves off a lot easier. I'm seeing some of the roots now, but I'm going to go up just a little bit more and pull some more leaves off. And then I'm going to show you all of the roots and where you can see them at. And that's where you're going to stop. When you start seeing the brown part up in this little area here, you should be seeing some roots by now. If you're not, then feel free to go up a little bit more and pull the leaves off until you do. Right now I'm showing you the brown where is the roots. You want the water to cover the roots. If you did it correctly, you should start to see root growth within at least 1 to 2 weeks. You want to make sure you're placing your pineapple top in a sunny area, in a warm area. I'm growing mine inside of my sunroom. And then I did another one. I'm just showing you that here. So I did 2 this very day. And I already have 2 that's growing. So I'm going to show you those as well. So you can get an idea of what I'm doing. These are my tops, how I start them off on the left with the glass jars. And then when I get enough roots on them, I will then transfer into a bigger container. Once it continues to grow, then I will transfer to an even bigger container, like the white one here. And I'm going to also transplant that into a bigger container because my pineapple is already growing here. And it definitely needs a bigger pot in order to expand the roots and be strong. I rarely water these plants. I actually forget to water them. My husband had to tell me, hey, you got a pineapple growing out here. What I'm going to be using is a cactus palm citrus, but I'm also going to mix it with regular soil as well. Some peat moss. Some lava rock with vermiculite. And because this is what that looks like, lava rock. I'm also going to put in this all-purpose 544 in here. A Miracle Grow potting mix right here. I'm just going to mix this around. So I got these cute little gloves from the dollar store. They're very thin, but they will serve the purpose. I'm gonna make a well. Want it to grow bigger, so we need a bigger pot. I'm just gonna hit the sides to loosen it up. Hopefully not harm our plant. Okay, our plant is looking like right here. You see the roots starting to bind up because it needs a bigger space, but it is water because I feel the water. See that? So be careful with these spiky leaves where this is going to sit. I'm probably going to take some of this soil out. That wasn't good, Tommy. Okay. So now I'm just going to take my fingers, see my fingers wiggling, and just kind of wake the roots up and let them know they're going into a bigger pot. Sit it up as straight as possible, and then I'm going to backfill it by putting the soil in here into the pot. On the top here, where it's already starting to have a crown there, now I'm going to do the same thing to this one here. I'm going to up pot it into the one that this one came out of. So this is the one I up potted that doesn't have the fruit growing yet, and it already looks better just being changed into a bigger pot than what it was in. And then over here is the one that already has the fruit on it. I can't believe I am growing pineapple in the winter in my home in North Carolina. 7A7B. Get out of town. So what I'm going to do now is water this down really good. So all of this water here is going to get poured into this container until the water comes out of the bottom. You don't have to water it again for at least a week. And then what goes out the bottom of this container here will go into this pan, and it'll just absorb back up into the roots. So there's no waste of water. This one here already has water that ran over the top but also came out of the bottom. So I would think that one is fine. You can stick your finger in it and find out. This one here, however, does not have water in the pan yet. So I'm adding more water to it. This is a bigger plant. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the water on the two that I have in the jars. So when your water in the ones you have in the jar start to look cloudy like this right here, what you're going to do is change that water out. So I'm going to take these out, look at them and check the roots, which it hasn't even been a full week since I did these. I'm not expecting to really see any, but I'm sure there are some on there. And you can, so they're definitely not ready to plant yet, in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to change the water out and give these two crowns fresh water. I took the water that was in here and poured them into the containers that have the plants in them. And this is warm water. I don't know how much I'm going to need, so let me see. Okay, that's good. We just want to get the roots covered. All right, and there you have it. I know it doesn't look like it's clear, but it's clear. It's just that when it's warm water, that's what it looks like. So you want to change your water every week if possible, or as soon as you start to see cloudiness in your water. So it took 2 containers to actually pour into here in order for the water to seep all the way through to the bottom. So now we have water in here, which will feed back into the plant itself, which means you don't have to water it as much. Now, when you first transplant any kind of plant, not just pineapple, you want to pour the water into the pot. But after that, when you are adding water to your plants, I water from the bottom up.